Okay, welcome everyone to the second session of the Epicureans of Stonehill. I hope you all caught Elizabeth's fabulous tortilla soup the last time, and if you haven't, there is a video that you can watch on ECAT, our local cable's YouTube. So please check it out because it really was incredibly good. I'm Hiremath. I'm the friendly librarian at MacPhaidan in Stonehill. But for those of you in Easton who might be watching further down the road, hello, I'm your public librarian for 14 years. I miss you all. But because I loved you all so much, I didn't leave Easton. I retired and came right back to Stonehill. So I'm having fun here. Elizabeth, what do we say about the Epicureans? The whole point is Elizabeth and Professor Kandai and we were talking about how to get, academics. They go off into their ivory towers and then they don't emerge for years and years and talk to each other. It's said as a compliment. However, the idea is to get together, and what better way to get together than over food. So that was the whole concept of coming here, trying to do this on a monthly basis so that we have what in Stonehill we love to do, which is create little circles of trust. So that's what we're trying to do here. Of course, after the thing that I cooked today, you might just lose trust in me, but I hope not. And the reason I say that is because I cooked some in advance and Amy and I came in earlier, but I've never used one of these kind of stoves. So we put it on the lowest possible thingy, and then Amy and I sat there chatting about life and saying, what's that aroma? The potatoes were crisping up to a storm. But potatoes taste great crisp, so you'll still be fine. All right, so what we're doing today is one of the simplest kind of recipes. How many of you have even a degree of Irish blood in you? That's what I thought. So this is my story when I first came, and my best buddy was from Dublin, and she, a year later, was marrying this, this person, and her mother came over for the wedding, and I was the bridesmaid, and I said, oh, bring your mother home, I'm going to cook a dinner for you all. And that poor woman took one bite, and this was the exact color. She almost keeled over because she said, oh, darling, pepper is a spice for me. This is spices in India, and I have just brought a little taste of, this is my daily spice cooking. I have a closet behind this with a whole bunch more. Today I'm going to use literally just one line. Which line? This line. But otherwise, spices in India, you do it in everything. You put it in everything. There's never one or two. There's usually 5, 10. In fact, there's a chicken called, Chicken 365, which is supposed to have 365 spices in them. So yes, it is definitely a very spicy nation. And it's been so for thousands of years. I was just doing a little reading. The oldest mention of spice is back in the Rig Veda, which is like 6,000 something years ago. It was an oral tradition, but spices have been there for a long time, which is, I think, one of the reasons India was invaded so many times, because people love their spices once they have them. So anyhow, I'm using very minimal spices. So this is, it shouldn't be so brown, but this is essentially what you're going to be making. Amy, are you going to help me peel as a sous chef? Why not? I even got you an apron.
No.
Let me crown you as sous chef. This is from my New Mexico days. And Elizabeth said we must always have a story. My story is that I came to Pittsburgh many, many decades ago as a graduate student. And what did I do? I almost died starving with the bland, horrible food that I was eating in the dorms. I was there for 2 weeks, and I'm a vegetarian. That was the death knell back in the 80s because nobody had heard of vegetarians. If I went to a restaurant, I had to say it softly, and they thought I was a mad hippie. I'd say, no, I want the burger without the burger. can you just give me the bun, the tomatoes? So I was suffering greatly when I met this young physicist who said, oh, I can make you a dinner. And Bala proceeded to make me spinach, I think. And I said, oh, this man has potential, because it was the first time I'd had a full meal. And day 2, I think Bala made me these potatoes. I said, this is a definite interest person. 3rd day it went back to spinach, 4th day it was potatoes, 5th day it was spinach. There was a certain pattern going on there. However, by then, the deed was done, so I ended up marrying him a year later. And this is also the dish that my 2 daughters connect with home. So every time they come back, one is in New York, one's in Germany. But the first day when they come home, Bala has to make them this potato. So this is not my dish, it's really his, but it's also got a lot of family value for us, so it's a regular. It also hurts me because when I ask the girls, what do you want on your first day? They say, oh, Dad's potatoes and the local Chinese restaurant's scallion pancakes. Mom doesn't make an appearance in all this. It's just the way it is. I would suggest, if you're doing this for this particular dish, I'm trying to channel Elizabeth because she was doing things and looking up, so I'm going to try that. I would suggest you use white potatoes or red bliss or Yukon. Yeah, it shouldn't be too starchy because otherwise it gets rather mushy. So just keep that in mind. What do you all do when you come across this little eye in a potato?
Just keep peeling.
Just keep peeling, right?
The magic way.
No, I just keep doing exactly what Marcy said, which is just keep peeling. Seriously? What's in the eyes?
I don't know.
But they look creepy to me, so I just keep going. If it doesn't come out, don't worry about it. After I wash it and I do this, I'll do that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do a little wash. So you've got your potatoes. Okay, this is my favorite part. And this has just happened in my life about a year ago for my birthday. The kids gave me this and they gave me a little air fryer, and I love both of them. And since it's just the 2 of us in the house and we're empty nesters, it's a tiny little green air fryer. It's very cute. Okay. Since it has different sizes, the one that I made earlier was this size. You can do it pretty much any size. You can take the potato, boil it, and make it into huge chunks like I did for that particular photograph. But I just want you to know that there is endless variance in what you can do with this potato. It's a potato. It's going to be great regardless. So I'll use the little one right now. And slice them up about yay. Did everyone appreciate what a fabulous job Amy did with the peeling? She's never again going to come for these.
Do you take the skins off because the seasonings?
Yes, they won't adhere with the skin. I do love the skins otherwise. And you also need to get the organic then, I guess. Right? Do you always keep the skin on, Craig?
I rarely have potatoes.
Stop.
I like the skin on.
Why do you rarely have potatoes? Okay, we're not supposed to have potatoes either. So we've got it down now to once a week. Otherwise, it used to be quite a regular feature. But now, of course, with the whole sugar thing and all, we have also cut down on our potato consumption. But I have it secretly because Bala is not supposed to have potato, but I can. All right, so I'm just making this much today. I typically, if I'm calculating how much to make for a party or for people, I typically do maybe 1 medium potato per person. You shouldn't be eating more anyhow, right? Do you all have any way of calculating how many potatoes to cook? Not typically.
I call my mother. That's what I do. How many potatoes?
For mashed, I looked online.
Yes.
Usually like a half a pound per person or something. And I'm like, okay, that sounds
Yes.
good.
But that means then you have to measure things. I actually did get the scale if anybody was feeling very particular about how much they wanted to do it, but I basically go for a thing. This is the fun part, Ellie. You have to see this. You just put it there, you sing a song, da-da-da-da-da, boom, done. Life-changing. I so love it.
It all goes in the dishwasher?
This, stop thinking about practical things, Fred. No, I don't put it in the dishwasher, but it has this nifty little thing.
Yes.
So you go bing, 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 and take everything out. It takes all of 2 seconds.
Dishwasher do the same thing?
Yes, it does.
It does? It does?
Yes.
I put mine in the dishwasher also.
You put yours in the dishwasher? Oh, thank you.
Not always the blades, but
So this is,
The blades?
I put the blades
sometimes.
You do?
so it doesn't get, oh, you want this? In slow-mo.
I missed it.
Very art.
You missed it? I can do that all over again.
I can do this all day long.
I literally can do this. I was just saying all those prisoners who had to do this, you know, do the peeling of the potatoes and do all this, this would have made their life so much easier. All right, so I'm heating my little saucepan. And what does the recipe say? A couple of tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil because we use olive oil all the time. But you can use basically any oil you want. Now from this whole treasure chest of spices, I put it all, here. These are mustard seeds. Anyone used mustard seeds before? You have, Marcy. Okay, so one person. What does it taste? It's mustard. Basically, this is the source of your mustard powder, except it's cute and black and round. And it gives you a little pop when you eat it. Well, it should pop almost immediately if it's hot. So I'm putting the mustard seeds in. And then I'm going to get ready with my white lentils. I brought a picture. I actually put out half my lentils. Tell them how many lentils we eat. Because we have like a real, like spices. Lentils are, you can look at the back, there's a whole list of the kinds of lentils we have. This particular one is again to give a little bite when you're eating into the potato. As you know, the potato is soft and unctuous. This gives just a little texture. But our mustard seeds have not yet popped, so we're going to wait because I do want them to pop. And while we're waiting for that to pop, yes?
So the white lentils are different than like lentils you would find, the brown lentils that you would find in a soup?
Yeah. You can see they're oval
Yeah.
and they're cut in half. As I said, in terms of the variation, we have if you have it whole, it's a different kind of lentil. If you have it with the skin, it's a different kind of lentil, right? So just this one lentil, there'll be 3 different types. It's popping, it's popping. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a tablespoon or so of this. And can you smell the lentil starts smelling very good. And let it toast for just a little bit so it becomes a light brown. We call this, what do you call it? I call it tadka, which means seasoning. We all have in our homes a little bowl that sometimes we just do seasoning on the side and add it to whatever. Okay, you can hear that popping away. So now I am going to Amy, which way does it get lower? Which one? Down? Here? Okay. I think that was my downfall the last time. So I've put in all this stuff. And once you do that, you just go ahead and add all the spices that are listed there. As I said over in the notes, this was my other epiphany when I started cooking. As I said, I was starving. Bala fed me for a while. I didn't even know how to make a cup of tea in those days. So when I actually started cooking, my friend told me, there is this magic Indian powder. You put it into any dish and it starts tasting like Indian food. I said, you're kidding. And that's when we went and bought the stuff. And I said, oh my gosh, you're right. And this kind of pre-mixed powders is, there is again a whole range. The ones that you probably might be used to. Have you heard of garam masala? You have? Jenny, have you cooked Indian food? So garam masala is the most common one. Each family has their own recipe for garam masala, and they kill you if you disagree with the kind of ingredients they put in their masala. But everyone is very fierce about what they add. I have no vested interest in this, so I use whatever is available. That little music is required. Okay, should we go ahead and do all the spices now? So I'm starting with, this exciting thing. This is called asafetida.
Just read the note about that.
You read the note, right? You should try smelling it, Elizabeth. I'm just a little whiff over there. It's like smelling salts. But
There's a note. Read the note, everyone. Closely.
yeah, I said don't smell it. But break down, deconstruct that word, asafetida. There's a word ensconced in the larger word. Can you figure it out while I put this? It's fetid, F-E-T-I-D, because it is stinky. It's a tree resin. There's a book behind you called The Spice Kitchen, and it's a lovely book only because it does tell you about the etymology of each of these spices. Craig, front. Oh, you're going to smell it? Don't pass out. And do it from a distance. Give him some background music.
Why does it say hinge?
Hing is what we call it.
Oh, I can smell it from here.
Yeah. Yeah. Marcy, you're going to Australia and you're going to be eating Marmite, so you should smell this a little bit. It's got the same kind of umami. Now this is turmeric. You like turmeric? So turmeric is one of the, this is sort of generic pretty much across India. It's one of the earliest spices to be used way, way back. It's got medicinal properties. It's part of the whole Ayurvedic form of healing, right? It's just got a lot of good stuff. It's good for digestion, all sorts of things. If anyone has a sore throat at home, my kids have got used to saying, oh, can you make me some turmeric milk with, you put a little turmeric in milk, heat it up, put some ginger. And this is your secret mixed powder. If you want the ingredients, it's also in that book. There's lots of ingredients in it, but this is what makes it into in my head, Just, Amy, can you just look up the index for sambhar powder and open it up? It's definitely got turmeric. There's always cumin, coriander, asafetida, lots of lentils. You roast the lentils, grind them up, and add it. So there's a whole bunch of things. Sorry?
Do you make your own?
I never make my own. I always go for the quick and dirty. I finish making dinner literally now in 15 minutes. And we normally have, Indians love their meals. So there is always, as a vegetarian, there's always a dry vegetable, a wet vegetable, a lentil, a bit of rice, some salad, some yogurt, salty yogurt, and breads. You put cucumber and salt, or carrots, or tomatoes, or all sorts of things. My son-in-law gags every time because he's not used to the idea of salt and yogurt together. But it's been 10 years, so he's getting used to things. Okay, so now I'm adding some salt. Don't put in more. This is all part of my cooking excitement, Joe. Shouldn't be. This is the Uma Chef experience, because as I said, I'm not a, cooking came late to me in life, but I really enjoy it now. Because this thing is the heat is so high, if you all don't mind, I'm going to add just a tad more oil, even though I try and usually add less. Okay. let's do that. And now we just let it steam and all the spices start entering. Osmosis, it's going into your little potatoes. Each one is going to be engorged with spices, and it's going to be delicious, hopefully. But because, as I said, I expected you all to be a little wary of spices, you can have it. It's endlessly creative. You can do anything with it. In fact, we love leftovers because then I pull out the puff pastry from the freezer, I roll it up into the puff pastry, and I bake it, and to me that's the most delicious aspect of it. But otherwise we have it with a form of bread chapati, which is like your tortilla. We can have it with rice. We can put it into yogurt. What else? Naans, any kind of bread. So I know the concept of starch and starch is a little alien, but try it out with rice and potato. It really does have a nice tang to it. But I did add some veggies and tomato broth into the rice, so you get a bit of veggies as well into your system. Why? Why, Greg? Why? Let's see if this is still hot. Yeah, it is hot. Okay, so should we do a little eating while that cooks?
Yes.
And then, because when all else fails, you can dive into some really nice mango pie. How many of you have had mango in a pie? Never? You've had? With me?
With you. It was delicious.
This is my go-to at my, as a public librarian in my retirement party, where they said one word to describe Uma, and they said mango pie. Because I'm not a big dessert maker, and mango pie I think I made for 20 years. It's the only dessert I made. So, so yes, so there's some of that. If you want to just go past that, I'll put that also out. And we can do that for how many minutes did I say? I don't know how this fire works, but I said about 12 minutes. David, put some rice, put a little potato on top of it. Jenny, you want to be the first person since you've had Indian food? Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the, I picked up these plates because this is the small concept of a thali. You have things in different places, except you have 5 different compartments for the salad, the yogurt, the lentil, the dry veg, the wet veg, the bread, and the rice. So I've just got you a pathetic 3, but you can still work with it. Okay. And then I'm going to just push it down, and that comes out as a nice little patty.
I want one of those.
Yeah. And they're different sizes as well. I think one of the reasons is that the size of the potato cubes are much smaller.
Oh, yep.
And I've got zero idea about the wonderful heat levels, given the fact that this is an adventure
Right.
in figuring things out. But
It's always an adventure.
okay, people, I think this is done as well. So it was, and I was just telling Joe, I think it's because the size of the potato cubes were much smaller. So who wants to try out the new batch?
Wonderful. So this is significantly less spicy than what you normally have? Right.
Yeah.
Family.
Who's ready for a pie slice? Well, I can't remember the ounce amount. You haven't? Oops. So let's see, Jenny. Is there a spoon there that we can scoop out? Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming. Oh, the backbenchers are whispering. Yes, thank you all for coming. As I said, I was a little nervous about your capacity for absorbing Indian spices, and I'm happy to report that you all get an A+. You survived, you flourished, and I've got all this other stuff just to sort of tone down the spice, because as I said, There really is no Indian dish without the wonder of spices. It's great. But next month, I hope to see you all. We have another exciting one. I didn't realize it's going to be back to back, but this is going to be an African peanut sweet potato stew with Professor Lindsay Ben Harris. And she has described it as hearty, as healthy, as soul satisfying, and it's a vegan zen in a bowl. Okay, all you carnivores out there, please start thinking about what you would like to present so that we can break this vegetarian vegan cycle. Oh, I think Peter's going to do shrimp scampi, so that's something. But yes, in September. Yeah, he's doing September. All right. Yeah?
Thank you.